Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. Happy day 181 of the year. How are you feeling this morning? Hopefully you're well rested and you're ready to start the cycle of a new day on the 181st day of the year. According to 365 Tao by Deng Ming Dao, our word for today is axle. So grab your book, grab your journal and something to write with, and find that nice quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so while we read together on the subject of axle. Be present here and now in that nice quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so. Take a couple of deep breaths in with longer exhales out to downregulate your system and relax. Be present and let's start reading together. The mind is in spinning wheels at the navel, heart, throat, and head. So your navel, your heart, your throat, and your head. The connecting shaft is emptiness. Without an unobstructed route, energy cannot flow. People search for the sacred and are told it is within themselves. It is sometimes difficult to see how literally the sages mean that. They see the mind as existing in other areas of the body in addition to the brain. These centers, nominally functional in the average person, are called chakras, or wheels by those who follow Tao. So have a think about what we were talking about before. Your navel, your heart, your throat, your head. That's as part of the chakra system. If you have a yoga practice, you're probably familiar with the concept of chakras. Through meditation, one becomes acquainted with each of them and learns how to release power so profound that one is literally divine. The concept of void is central to many philosophies, including that of Tao. However, it seems so abstract at times. Here, void has a functional role. The pathway connecting the energy centers of the mind is like a long shaft beginning from the perineum and ending at the top of the head. So if you're familiar with the chakra system, you know this. It starts at your root chakra at the very base at your perineum, and it moves up in levels to the very top of your crown, right? The crown chakra. You've probably heard of this. If not for emptiness or hollowness of this shaft, the sacred energy of the body could not be conducted. All the diversity of our lives is merely a manifestation of our minds. Ooh, I'm going to reread that. All the diversity of our lives is merely a manifestation of our minds, expressed through the turning of the various wheels within ourselves. The more they turn, the more complex circumstances and thinking become. However, if we want simplicity and tranquility, we need only go to the center of the spinning mind where it is empty and still. This is said that diversity comes from the revolving of the wheels and origins come from the central void. So interesting way to think about how our body is made up of these chakra systems and how everything starts in our mind, right? As it says here, everything that happens in our life is merely a manifestation of our minds, and through our body systems and through our chakras, everything flows, as it says here. Energy cannot flow without an unobstructed route. So maybe think about that. If you've got something manifesting in your brain right now, you're thinking about something, you've got a new idea or something that you've got here percolating in your brain, the process of meditation, as it says here, if you sit here and empty your brain of all else and sit and meditate and think about the flow of energy through your chakra system and how that connects to your brain, everything in your body, your mind, all of it is very connected. And perhaps that can be some homework for you today. If you're not familiar with the chakra system, you can do a little bit of research on it and figure out which part of your body, which one of these energy centers, which one of these chakras you'd perhaps like to focus on, and you can bring that into your meditation practice. If you have a meditation practice, and I hope after 181 days of reading this book together that you do by now. So I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here for 181 days, and I will check in with you tomorrow.